Hi dudes, it's Demi and it's Halloween Horror Nights 2023 and I am back again for my favorite event of the season. I'm gonna break this video down super simple for you to follow along so you don't miss a thing when you come to Horror Nights. First we'll talk about things you need to know, then we're going to check out all 5 scare zones, then something very new to Horror Nights, then all 10 houses and we'll talk about how scary they all are. Then we're gonna check out the show, and then finally some snacks. So let's get into it. Let's do Halloween Horror Nights 2023, and let's go get into some hijinks. Our Horror Nights icon this year is Dr. Oddfellow. He used to run a circus and oddities. That is where he met Jack the Clown. And he murdered Jack the Clown, and then Jack the Clown came back to life, and then he murdered him. And Dr. Oddfellow is featured throughout all the 5 scare zones, and he even has his own house because he is back from the dead and he is out for revenge. Opening night for Horror Nights had some rain, so we had some delays, and we did not get to see the opening ceremonies, which happens right here at the entryway. I love it. It's a great introduction to what you're about to come into. You can see it from the gate here, or if you are already in the park, you can come to the Today Cafe Stay and Scream section. So Stay and Scream means if you are already in the park, you're gonna find a section. There's gonna be one toward Simpsons, there's gonna be one in New York, there's gonna be one in San Francisco, and here at Today Cafe, where you line up so that they know you are a part of Horror Nights, that you have a ticket. You can line up closer to a specific house that you would like to start at, or here for the opening ceremonies. Now let's take a look at all 5 scare zones. We are in present day, and Dr. Oddfellow, seen right here, has returned from the dead after his soul was cast deep into the mysterious Zodiac dimension. He is promising everyone who enter immortality. Oddfellow would use the few who survive to increase his legion of followers, while those killed by his twisted creations or fellow immortals would be added to his cane of souls to restore his lost power. Ooh.
What a fine prison that sounds like. Tell me, is that where you live? Is that what holds you down this evening? There was a few of you out there. Interesting. Water signs. What about you? Oh, this is wonderful. You don't hold your heart to any sign at all, do you? Oh, okay. A few. We need not that simple answer. For it is a great thing that most of you have no connection to such trivial matters. Oh, your Zodiac can only tell you so much. But the fear will tell you so much more. It is only but a step away. Go out and spend an evening in my history. I've laid it all out for you to explore. The fear, the power. Oh, I smell it in this room. There's no hiding. I see you trembling with fear, but begging for more. Good. That will take you grand and far. The evening is just beginning. Don't stop now.
Oh. Oh my God.
Bye.
I'm so happy to be here. I think your creatures are super spectacular. We're gonna make our way down Hollywood Boulevard for our next scare zone, which is also set in present day, and it is the Dark Zodiac. After his supposed death in 2007, Oddfellow's soul was cast back into the Zodiac dimension, greatly weakened, and lost for years, believed to be sealed away. Now, having found a mysterious way to return to the mortal world, Oddfellow has opened a tear in the Zodiac and lured sacrifices in to rebuild his strength through the Zodiac creature's kills. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's Ursula of the Zodiac dimension. Hello. I like your accessories. Very pretty. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Okay, this creature on the stage reminds me so much of the tree lady that was in HHN 30 in 2021 that was over by Central Park. It was such a gorgeous costume, and that piece on top of their head is very similar to it. Our next scare zone is over by Central Park. This is Jungle of Doom Expedition Horror. Oh boy, oh. We have now gone back in time and have entered the 1920s. Dr. Oddfellow ventured into an ancient jungle called the Jungle of Doom. There he found a crystal skull in an ancient temple which granted him his powers. Ooh. Using the skull, he twisted the flora and fauna of the jungle, turning them into his own abominations. It is implied that the skull would eventually sit atop his cane of souls, one of his main sources of power. Who's a pretty bird? Oh. Oh. Oh my gosh. And there on the wall is his Zodiac symbol. Oh my gosh. Hello. Oh god, this fog. There's the skull. Ooh. Heading into San Francisco for our next scare zone, Shipyard 32, Horrors Unhinged. We are now in the 1940s. Dr. Oddfellow would ship his creatures in a crate to San Francisco shipping yard. The crate would feature a Zodiac symbol and would contain wide varieties of monsters. Various oddities would escape from the crate, slaughtering all of the workers in the shipping yard, causing mass destruction. What did you do to the shipping yard men? Did they hurt you? Yes! I'm so sorry. Oh wow, oh my gosh. What's going on up there? Oh no. Are you okay? Uh-oh. Oh! Well, I won't help you if you whack at me. Oh my gosh. Slay all day. Slay. Work. Oh! We have made it to our final scare zone in New York. This is Vamp 69, Summer of Blood. In 1961, Dr. Oddfellow disguised himself as a vampire named Earlo Wolf in order to infiltrate a secret group of vampires. In 1968, Oddfellow, now part of the Vampire Council, demanded that he lets the vampires go in a frenzy and feed on whoever without restraint. Ooh! In 1969, Dr. Oddfellow would unleash the vampires at a music festival in a small town in upstate New York. Oh boy. Oh, there's so much haze! Oh my gosh! Are you guys okay?
I mean, the band is really killing it tonight.
It's for sure.
You see the zombie attack? The vampire attack? They're all over the place.
Is that what's happening?
That's what's happening right
Oh my
now.
gosh.
It's not part of the band. We're in
Yeah, oh, well, maybe we should leave.
Act safe. Act safe.
Yeah, totally. You too.
Careful.
Yeah. She's got a good disguise. Oh! Oh no! so cool. We got the dead bodies on the stage now. Oh. Are you okay? No! Vampires! Vampires? That doesn't sound good. Oh my God. Made it to Diagon Alley because for the first time ever, the Death Eaters are here. They're usually over in Islands of Adventure in Hogsmeade, but they are here for Horror Nights. Oh my gosh. Please don't hurt me. Amazing. The Death Eaters come out every 30 minutes from when they start. There is no official start time. I think it kind of goes by when the sun goes down. So I guess check when the sun goes down and every half hour from then. Now let's check out all 10 Horror Nights houses. We are starting with one of the most anticipated houses of the season, Stranger Things 4. This will take you through season 4 of Stranger Things from start to finish. So if you are interested in this and you haven't seen season 4, I highly recommend it because you will probably like and understand what's going on much better. I am so excited right now. Oh my God, that house was so good. Way to start Horror Nights because that production quality was unbelievable. Vecna looked so real, so amazing. And I got scared a bunch of times. I wouldn't say this house is like scary. It's more of like fun and literally puts you in the story for Stranger Things. But my gosh, I got scared a bunch of times. The positioning of everybody, even like, I'm telling you, even like characters like Max scared me because of like where they popped out of. It was just awesome. It literally goes from like the first episode of the series all the way to the end. If you are a Stranger Things fan, oh my gosh, it's so amazing. But because it's not like scary, even though I did get scared a bunch of times, I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5 Oddfellows. So here's what happens if it's raining. So we were in Stay and Scream. It's about to hit 6:30, the official opening time, but they are keeping all of us in this section, in our Stay and Scream section. Like we can't go and head over to the other side of the park to The Last of Us, and we can't go anywhere else besides New York. So they said we can do the other 2 houses that are here. So we're gonna head to the back and do those 2. So we are gonna start with Dueling Dragons, Choose Thy Fate. I'm so excited for this one. Dueling Dragons was the roller coaster that Hagrid's replaced over in Islands of Adventure. You chose either the red or the blue dragon, fire or ice. So let me know in the comments, which team are you? Let's do it. Okay, I love that house so much. It was, first of all, it was one of those pretty houses. So at HHN, they always have like pretty houses and scary houses. That house was so beautiful. It was gorgeous. You are first entering and Merlin is narrating to you saying the Lady of the Lake made this enchanted oak, and you walk through the enchanted oak and you're in this enchanted forest. You have to go into the castle and find Merlin's spellbook. So you're walking through all of these enchanted creatures and then you finally see the battle between fire and ice in so many different forms. I got scared a bunch of times. There was really great pop-outs, but it was just so, like, the sets were amazing. There was like fire-breathing dragons. The best part is the ending. The title of this house is called Choose Thy Fate. Dueling Dragons, Choose Thy Fate, and you literally do. You get to choose your exit, either through fire or ice. So you can go on this again and have a totally different ending. We picked fire. It was awesome. And then we got the spellbook and Merlin congratulated us. We did it. That was so fun, super nostalgic. I wouldn't say it's like one of those like horrifying houses. So kind of like Stranger Things, where it's like super great storytelling. So I'm gonna give it another 3.5 out of 5 Oddfellows. Right next to Dueling Dragons is Yeti Campground Kills. This is a sequel to the Yeti house. It says you and your friends are about to venture into a 1950s campground overrun by huge, menacing Yetis who rip apart anyone who gets in their way. You must flee to the Ranger Tower to escape. Once again, they are killing it on these sets. I mean, they usually do. It was so cool. You really felt like you were in the woods in a campground. The best scare I got was the hand coming down of a Yeti at one point. I kept missing the scares on this one, like the people in front of me kept getting scared, but it was very good. I don't think it's one of the most scariest houses I've been into, but it still had a lot of good jump scares, amazing set. I think I will give it a 3 out of 5 Oddfellows on scariness. Next up over by ET is Universal Monsters Unmasked. Descend into the Paris catacomb where you and your squad will face a new horde of monsters: Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, the Phantom of the Opera, the Hunchback of Notre Dame, and the Invisible Man. Wait, but if he's invisible, how are we gonna see him and get scared? All right, I'm gonna go find out. Here we go. All right, I absolutely love that house. But first off, it has been raining, like, you know, for the first half of HHN, and when you first walk in that house, you're walking into Paris and it's raining, and I was like, get me out of this. Those Universal monsters are so just classic, and it's so cool to see them. I got a really good jump scare from the Phantom of the Opera with his organ music playing, so I think that was one of my favorite parts. Quasimodo is incredible looking, and oh my gosh, it was one of the best things in the house. And then I totally did not mean to do this. I was not planning this. This was a reflex. The Invisible Man came out, and I went like this, like John Cena. I did not mean to do that, but I was just like, you can't save me. Oh, such a great house. On scariness, I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 5 Oddfellows, but on I loving it, a 5 out of 5. I think I may have started ranking Stranger Things a little bit too low. I also just don't get scared that easily. Let me know in the comments if you do these houses, if you think my rankings of the ratings of these houses are too low in your opinion, because maybe I just don't get scared as easily as other people, but I mean, I had a great time. Let's keep going. Over by Men in Black, it is finally time for The Last of Us. The theme music is playing. Step into the world of The Last of Us. You and your squad, they really like that word, will encounter the haunting and overgrown world of the video game in a brand new, terrifying way. Stay silent if you want to survive a multitude of clickers, hunters, and more. Let's do it. I just wanted to let you all know, even with Express Pass, it has been almost a half hour online, and we're still not to the front. We still have to wrap around another barricade, and that's that stinks because it's eating up a lot of time. That house is incredible. It is worth the wait. Wow, 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 wow. 1, I don't think you need to know the show or the video game to enjoy it, because I didn't play the game, I did watch the show, but it has been a minute since I've seen it. And they kind of help you follow along what's going on. It's not really much to follow. It's just clickers. And the clickers, oh my God, they were so scary. A big giant one came right up close to me. It was so insane. And you hear Ellie and you hear Joel talking, and the theme music is playing, and it's just you really feel like you have been brought into the world of The Last of Us. So amazing, super duper scary. I am giving it a 5 out of 5 Oddfellows on scariness. Right next to The Last of Us is The Darkest Deal. Blues musician Pine Straw Spruce will have to face the music after meeting the Collector and trading his soul for musical glory. You and your squad, there it is again, will earn the terrible price of fame. Oh my gosh, here we go into Bub's Lounge. First of all, I love the concept of that. First, you see him selling his soul, and you go through all these jazz scenes, and he's becoming a big star, and there's so much jump out scares along the way, and then the moment where his soul is his, oh my God, it was so good, and then it gets so scary. I absolutely loved that house, and I think it deserves a 5 out of 5 Oddfellows on scariness. Up next, Dr. Oddfellow's Twisted Origins. We're going to go into his circus, but the price we pay is our souls for his power. Oh my God, look how amazing this is. I'm like having flashbacks to the bug house here last year.
You seek the gut-wrenching oddity of Haunter. Now I invite you to step behind the facade and witness Dr. Oddfellow's striking acts of distortion.
All right, I absolutely loved that house. I thought it was so beautiful, but it was also really scary in the sense of like classic killer clowns, right? But having Dr. Oddfellow in the house, and he was such an incredible presence, especially after the time we had in the scare zone, it was just so full circle. It was so much fun. I like had such a blast in there, but I got scared a bunch of times. I think a lot of people are gonna find this one way more scary because of the being scared of clowns. I don't really have that fear. I actually, it's like doesn't matter to me. I had a lot of fun in there. I think some people would give this a 5, but personally I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 Oddfellows on how scary the house actually was. Over by Fast and Furious is Chucky Ultimate Kill Count. Chucky has taken over his own HHN house. So it's like super meta, because like he knew that he was gonna be in an HHN house, and then he took it over, and now he's out for blood.
Chucky, ultimate killer, walk from the immersing violence of this horrifying collection of Chucky's best clues from the sci-fi USA Chucky series. Chucky, ultimate killer.
Wow. Wow. Well, I will say this. In the very beginning, there is an incredible Chucky animatronic. It is probably the best part. Chucky to me is not very scary in general. The house was fun, it was cute, a little funny here and there. But it's kind of hard to find it scary when you can see people holding a Chucky doll and like shoving it like in your face. So on scary, not so much, but it is cute, it's fun. Definitely not my favorite house of the year so far. So I'm gonna give it, for scariness, a 2 out of 5 Oddfellows. Up next, Exorcist Believer. This movie will be coming out this year. So basically we're gonna walk through the movie, kind of almost get like a little preview of it. So it's very exciting. I always loved The Exorcist, the original. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. My favorite horror movies of all time, of course. Let's do it. Wow, okay, I enjoyed that house. But here's the thing, because I don't know like this movie yet, because it hasn't come out, I felt a little bit of a disconnect. Obviously, like, the Exorcist stuff like is like, you know, known, and like that part is fine, but it was more of just like the set pieces. Like we were going through this farm, there's 2 girls. I wanted to kind of like know more about them and kind of care a little, but like still super scary stuff going on in there. I think that I'm really excited for this movie now. I wasn't really until this. But you kind of go through this farm, and then there's some really scary creatures in there too. But I mean, man, possessed children are terrifying, and you see them trying to do the exorcism. It's pretty cool. I thought it was gonna be a little bit scarier, but that's just me, and I'm like, I love things super scary. So I'm gonna give this on the scary level, a 4 out of 5 Oddfellows. But had a really good time in there, and I'm very excited for that movie now. Okay, we were racing the clock and we just had to get on the line here. Our last house is Bloodmoon Dark Offerings. The park is already closed, but this is the entrance over by Despicable Me. In a colonial era village, moon worshippers witness a blood moon at their fall festival. They take it as a sign to hunt down non-followers, including you, and wait for it, your squad. Okay, so it's like 2 a.m. right now when I'm filming. This is the last house we did, and the last thing we did. And we're walking through this house, and we walk through like this pub, and there's these like tables and chairs, and I just thought, man, I want to sit down so bad. So this one, I always find that this house location too is always like really never the scariest one. It was very cool looking, had some cool elements, really fun, like theming of like kind of like cultiness. What was really funny at one point, I couldn't hear what this person was saying, and it was a recording, and I asked the person I'm with, and I said, what did they say? And he's like, the false-hearted must die, which makes sense in the thing, but I heard, I'm so sorry, you must die. There was really one very cool scene in like this very like insane looking church, and you had them sitting in the pews and you didn't know who was real. Same thing at the end where it's like you didn't know who was real. Those are always like special moments. I just didn't find this one very scary. It wasn't like very exciting either, but it was still good. Like nothing here is bad. But at a scariest, I'm only gonna give it a 2 out of 5 Oddfellows. Over in the back of the park, near Men in Black, the old Fear Factor Theater, you will find Nightmare Fuel Revenge Dream back again this year. It's a little bit different though, apparently. The show times are 8, 9:30, 11, and 12:30. Make sure to come a little bit early because they do start closing off the line if it gets packed. Let's take a look at some of the food offerings here for HHN. First up, behind the Starbucks, is the Ration station where you can get the Left Behind ravioli from The Last of Us in the Fedra food can. Also have the Salt Lake City cold brew. It's cold brew with rum, espresso liqueur, vanilla bean, and bitters. I got it in the regular cup, but you can do the refillable cup that you can bring through the entire HHN season and get cheaper refills. Here is our Left Behind ravioli. This can is so cool. Inside is cheese ravioli with marinara, truffle cream, garlic bread, and fried tempura mushrooms. This looks amazing. First, let's try out this iced coffee cocktail, which is very much needed right now. Don't worry, it was filled all the way at the top. First I'm with drank some. That's so good. I'm literally getting rained on. That is really tasty. You get that nice bittery taste, but you get that really cool vanilla flavor in there as well. And I love that it's actual real coffee because it really makes the flavor just taste more natural. This is absolutely delicious. Highly recommend. All right, let's try out this ravioli. Pretty good. It's actually nice and hot, which is good. Pretty tasty, nothing like extraordinary, but like better than like a Chef Boyardee by far. But what's really cool is that this is the garlic bread. How cool is that? No, this is the fried onion garlic bread. Literally just a piece of garlic bread. It was nothing like incredibly exciting, but very good. Came out hot, very cool, like that piece coming out, that's the mushroom, and it's like a good helping and like a really cool souvenir as well. Across from Mel's Drive-In is Mel's Drive-In Eats and Treats. Here's where you can get the peanut butter bloody burger. It's a smash burger with peanut sauce, raspberry jelly, cheddar cheese, shaved onions, jalapeno, bacon and cherry peppers on a vampire bun. Ooh, spooky. Let's give it a try. All right, I'm gonna take the stick out. Ooh, it's like very sticky. Oh, wow. That is so good. It's very sticky, but that burger is really, really nice. And then you get the smokiness from the bacon, and then you get that sweetness, and then you get the heat from the jalapeno, and then the gooiness of the cheese. These are really, really good flavors together. That jelly really like kind of ties it all together. I was a little worried about it. And then you get that hint of peanut sauce. That is so good. It's kind of like when I get sushi and they do the peanut sauce dressing for the salad, but like all blended really well in this. This is fantastic. It's a nice size. 100% get this. Okay, we wanted to get more snacks, but because of the rain, we got super, super delayed. And the lines for everything were so long. It took forever just to get the 2 that we got. But I did want to point out for you that over by Jimmy Fallon, they do have the Surfer Boy pizza from Stranger Things Season 4. And here you can get the Hawaiian pizza, a vegan pizza, cheese pizza, Yuri's favorite dessert, and the Surfer Boy Tropical Dream Punch. I just love that this is here. I wish we had a chance to try it, but I was so busy tonight. Well, my dudes, that was Halloween Horror Nights 2023. I had a great time despite the rain. I know I look insane, but it was a lot. The rain definitely delayed us with a bunch of stuff, but we were rushing to make it happen. I am exhausted, but I think that it was such a great a really great Halloween Horror Nights this year. I really love Oddfellow. I really love all of the theming they did with him and the storytelling. I think that was my favorite part. I would have to say my favorite house this year was, I think I'm gonna go with Stranger Things, because I just love that season so much, and it really just puts you in that story, and I love that. I think my least favorite was the Bloodmoon one. It just really didn't hit for me. It wasn't like bad, but it just didn't really hit for me. I also didn't really love Chucky either, but it had some funny elements to it. I also really thought that The Last of Us was incredible. I loved Oddfellows as well. I think if you come to Horror Nights, you're gonna have a really spectacular time. Just don't try to do everything at once, because you're gonna end up looking like me. And you just won't be able to either. So pick your must-dos and tackle those, and you will have an incredible time. So let me know in the comments, are you coming to Halloween Horror Nights this year? What are you most excited about? What are you a little scared of? Are you not coming to Horror Nights this year? Did this video make you want to come to Horror Nights? Let me know in the comments below. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you did like the video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification so you don't miss anything that goes on this channel. Follow me on Instagram at Magical Hijinx. Check out the Patreon, become a patron, get exclusive bonus content, bonus lives, access to this Discord, help with your planning, and so much more. And you'll be helping me to continue bringing you great content like this to this channel. And until next time, my dudes, I hope you guys get into some hijinks very, very soon. Happy Halloween! Bye-bye!